Discover the 13 ways to recognize envy and falsehood, as ancient Stoic wisdom unveils profound insights for modern challenges. In an era where emotional resilience is constantly tested, learn how timeless teachings from philosophers like Seneca and figures such as Admiral James Stockdale can empower you to navigate adversity with courage and self-compassion. Embark on this transformative journey through 13 sections that reveal how Stoic principles can help you identify envy and falsehood in your life. Are you ready to transform struggles into strength? Dive in now, unlock the secrets to building unshakable resilience, and share your newfound insights. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Let's embrace a life of Stoic wisdom together. Your feedback helps us create more insightful content. Let's begin this voyage of inner cultivation together. Number 1, barbed compliment. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, where self-awareness and rationality are held in high regard, understanding and navigating social interactions become a path to personal development. Among such interactions is the phenomenon known as a barbed compliment, a seemingly positive remark that carries an underlying sting or insult. This concept may initially appear contradictory. How can something presented as a compliment also function as a critique? Yet, examining this through a Stoic lens reveals profound insights into human behavior and self-improvement. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our own thoughts, reactions, and behaviors. When confronted with a barbed compliment, the initial challenge lies in recognizing its dual nature, understanding that it seeks to undermine confidence or provoke an emotional response. Such remarks often aim to belittle rather than uplift, cloaked under the guise of flattery. The Stoic path encourages us not to let our emotions dictate reactions, but instead to engage in rational analysis. Marcus Aurelius, a prominent figure in Stoic philosophy, emphasized the importance of inner tranquility and resilience against external disturbances. He believed that true power lies within the ability to maintain one's composure regardless of external provocations. When faced with a barbed compliment, it is crucial to detach emotionally from the words used and focus instead on their intent. This detachment allows for objective reflection rather than reactive behavior. The Stoic practice involves cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. In the context of receiving a barbed compliment, these virtues become tools in navigating the situation with grace. Wisdom guides us to discern the true nature of the remark, whether it is meant to harm or if perhaps its sting has been unintentionally delivered. Courage empowers us to confront any underlying issues without succumbing to anger or resentment. Justice reminds us to treat ourselves with fairness and not let the barbed words define our self-worth. Lastly, temperance helps regulate our responses, ensuring they are measured and constructive rather than impulsive. A common pitfall when dealing with a barbed compliment is the temptation to engage in an argument or retaliate verbally. Stoicism teaches us that such actions often lead to further conflict and emotional turmoil. Instead, we should strive for understanding and self-reflection. By examining why the comment affected us as it did, we gain insights into our vulnerabilities and areas where personal growth may be needed. Consider this scenario. A colleague remarks, "You're so articulate, especially considering how you look." On the surface, it seems like praise. However, the insinuation is that one's appearance does not align with their level of eloquence. A Stoic response would begin by acknowledging the compliment for what it partially was, recognition of articulation skills. However, rather than dwelling on the insult implied about appearance, a Stoic might reflect on why such a comment might have been hurtful and use this as an opportunity for personal growth. Stoicism also encourages us to focus on our intentions and actions rather than external validation or criticism. A barbed compliment often seeks to shift attention away from these internal measures of success. By anchoring ourselves in Stoic principles, we maintain a clear sense of purpose and self-assessment that is not easily swayed by others' opinions. This internal grounding allows us to respond to barbed compliments with equanimity. Furthermore, Stoicism advocates for viewing challenges as opportunities for character development. A barbed compliment can serve as a catalyst for strengthening virtues such as patience, resilience, and humility. By accepting the remark without taking offense, we cultivate inner strength and demonstrate mastery over our emotions. This process not only enhances personal growth, but also sets an example of grace under pressure for others to emulate. In addition to personal reflection, Stoicism encourages us to consider the broader context of social interactions. People who deliver barbed compliments may themselves be grappling with insecurity or a need for control. By practicing empathy and understanding, we can better navigate these interactions without being drawn into negative cycles of behavior. Recognizing that everyone has their struggles helps us respond with kindness rather than judgment. The Stoic approach also involves examining the role of communication in our lives. Effective communication is rooted in clarity, honesty, and respect, qualities often lacking in barbed compliments. By striving to embody these principles in our own interactions, we contribute to a more positive social environment. Additionally, by choosing not to engage with negativity or respond in kind, we help set a standard for constructive dialogue. In moments of solitude, Stoicism advises us to reflect on the day's events and assess how we handled them. This practice encourages mindfulness and continuous learning. When reviewing an encounter involving a barbed compliment, ask yourself, how did I perceive it? What emotions arose? Did my response align with Stoic virtues? Through this introspection, patterns may emerge that highlight areas for improvement or reaffirm strengths. Another important aspect of the Stoic response to barbed compliments is gratitude. By focusing on gratitude for our capabilities and achievements, we shift attention away from negative external feedback. This practice not only reinforces self-worth, but also fosters a positive outlook on life. Gratitude helps us appreciate the progress we've made and motivates further personal development. Moreover, Stoicism teaches acceptance of things beyond our control. While we cannot change others' behavior or opinions, we can control our reactions to them. By accepting that some people may choose to deliver barbed compliments without malice, we free ourselves from unnecessary emotional turmoil. This acceptance allows us to remain focused on what truly matters, our own growth and well-being. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to handling barbed compliments is rooted in resilience and rationality. It involves recognizing the dual nature of such remarks, detaching emotionally from them, and using the experience as an opportunity for self-reflection and character development. By embodying virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we navigate social interactions with grace and maintain inner peace. In conclusion, barbed compliments are a common challenge in interpersonal dynamics, yet Stoicism provides valuable tools to address them effectively. Through rational analysis, emotional detachment, and virtue cultivation, we can respond to such remarks with equanimity and use, the experience for personal growth. By focusing on our intentions, practicing empathy, and maintaining gratitude, we strengthen our character and contribute positively to our social environment. Remember that the journey toward Stoic mastery is ongoing, and each encounter offers a chance to refine our responses and deepen our understanding of ourselves. Whether dealing with barbed compliments or any other challenges life presents, Stoicism empowers us to rise above external disturbances and live in accordance with reason and virtue. Through this practice, we not only enhance our own lives, but also inspire others to do the same, fostering a more compassionate and resilient society. Number 2. Selective support. Selective support is an intriguing concept that resonates deeply within Stoic philosophy. It refers to the discerning choice of whom or what we choose to invest our time, energy, and resources in. This isn't merely a matter of preference. Rather, it's about aligning one's actions with principles that promote personal growth, virtue, and rationality. The Stoics understood that not all relationships or situations contribute equally to the betterment of oneself or society. Thus, they advocated for selective engagement as a means to maintain inner peace and focus on what truly matters. At its core, Stoicism teaches us the importance of focusing on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. By applying this principle to relationships and commitments, we can navigate life more effectively. Selective support allows us to prioritize those associations that foster virtue and wisdom while minimizing exposure to influences that detract from our moral and rational development. This discernment requires a deep understanding of one's values and goals, as well as the courage to make choices that may not always align with societal expectations or immediate desires. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of choosing companions who inspire virtue and self-improvement. He recognized that our environment significantly influences our character and behavior. By surrounding ourselves with individuals who embody qualities we aspire to develop, such as integrity, kindness, and rationality, we create a supportive network that encourages growth. Conversely, associating with those who perpetuate negativity or unethical behavior can hinder our progress and lead us away from the path of virtue. Selective support also involves recognizing when certain relationships or commitments have become detrimental rather than beneficial. The Stoics understood that attachment to people or things outside our control could lead to unnecessary suffering. If a relationship consistently pulls one away from virtuous living, or drains emotional and mental resources without offering reciprocal growth, it may be time to reassess its place in our lives. This doesn't necessarily mean severing all ties. Rather, it involves setting healthy boundaries and choosing engagement that aligns with Stoic values. The practice of selective support extends beyond personal relationships to include professional commitments and societal engagements. In the workplace or within community groups, we are often faced with decisions about where to invest our efforts. The Stoics would advise us to consider whether these activities contribute positively to our character development and align with our broader goals. Engaging in work that is meaningful, ethical, and allows for the exercise of virtues such as justice, courage, and wisdom can be profoundly fulfilling. Conversely, dedicating time to pursuits that are misaligned with one's values or lead to moral compromise can erode personal integrity and cause inner conflict. Epictetus, another prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of focusing on our own actions rather than external circumstances. This perspective is crucial when practicing selective support. By prioritizing what we can control, our choices, attitudes, and responses, we become less susceptible to being swayed by external pressures or the opinions of others. This focus empowers us to make decisions that are in harmony with our values and conducive to personal growth. Selective support also involves a commitment to self-reflection and continuous learning. The Stoics believed in the importance of regular introspection as a means to assess one's progress on the path to virtue. By periodically evaluating our relationships and commitments, we can determine whether they continue to serve our best interests, or if adjustments are needed. This practice helps ensure that our associations remain aligned with our evolving understanding of virtue and rationality. In practicing selective support, it is essential to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, temperance, courage, and justice. Wisdom guides us in making informed choices about whom to support and how to allocate our resources. Temperance helps us maintain balance and avoid overcommitting ourselves in ways that could lead to burnout or neglect of more important priorities. Courage empowers us to make difficult decisions, such as distancing ourselves from toxic relationships or stepping away from unproductive commitments. Justice ensures that our actions are fair and considerate of others' well-being while remaining true to our own values. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to view selective support not as an act of selfishness, but as a form of self-care and responsibility. By choosing engagements that align with our values, we not only enhance our own lives but also contribute positively to the world around us. This approach fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment, knowing that our actions are in harmony with reason and virtue. Selective support also involves recognizing the transient nature of life and relationships. The Stoics understood that change is an inherent part of existence, and attachments can shift over time. By embracing this impermanence, we become more adaptable and resilient in the face of life's uncertainties. This perspective allows us to engage with people and projects without clinging too tightly, reducing the potential for suffering when circumstances inevitably change. In addition, selective support requires a balance between individual needs and social responsibilities. While Stoicism emphasizes personal growth and rationality, it also acknowledges our interconnectedness as human beings. We are part of larger communities and have roles to play in contributing to the common good. Selective support involves discerning how we can best fulfill these responsibilities while maintaining alignment with our values. This balance ensures that our actions benefit both ourselves and those around us. Ultimately, selective support is a dynamic practice that evolves alongside personal growth. As we develop greater understanding and wisdom, our criteria for choosing whom or what to support may change. The key is to remain vigilant in aligning our associations with the principles of Stoic philosophy, focusing on virtue, rationality, and self-improvement. In conclusion, selective support is a vital aspect of Stoic practice that empowers individuals to live more intentional and virtuous lives. By carefully choosing relationships and commitments that foster personal growth and align with one's values, we create an environment conducive to the development of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. This discernment not only enhances our own well-being, but also contributes positively to the world around us. Through self-reflection, continuous learning, and a commitment to Stoic virtues, we can navigate life's complexities with greater clarity and purpose. Selective support allows us to focus on what truly matters, living in accordance with reason and virtue, and ensures that our actions are both meaningful and aligned with our highest aspirations. By embracing this practice, we cultivate resilience, inner peace, and a profound sense of fulfillment, knowing that we are living authentically and contributing positively to the greater good. Number 3, the body betrays. The human body is a remarkable vessel that enables our journey through life, yet it is also subject to vulnerabilities and betrayals. These physical setbacks, ranging from minor ailments to chronic conditions, pose significant challenges to maintaining Stoic composure and rationality. The Stoics recognize the importance of accepting these bodily limitations as part of the natural order, understanding that while we cannot control our physical experiences entirely, we can manage our responses to them. Epictetus famously remarked that it is not things themselves but our judgments about them that disturb us. This perspective is crucial when considering how the body betrays us through pain or illness. Instead of allowing these conditions to dictate our emotional state and actions, Stoicism teaches us to focus on our perceptions and attitudes towards them. By cultivating an understanding that external events, including bodily afflictions, do not define our core self, we can maintain inner tranquility despite physical discomfort. Seneca also addressed the inevitability of physical decline in his writings, emphasizing the importance of mental resilience. He acknowledged that aging and illness are natural processes that all humans must face, encouraging a mindset of acceptance rather than resistance. By preparing ourselves mentally for these eventualities, we can better navigate them with grace when they occur. This preparation involves recognizing our mortality and embracing it as an integral part of life, allowing us to live more fully in the present. Stoicism advocates for using reason and rationality to guide our responses to bodily betrayals. When faced with pain or illness, we are encouraged to assess the situation objectively, determining what actions can be taken within our control, such as seeking medical advice, adopting healthier habits, or adjusting lifestyle choices, and accepting what lies beyond our reach. This balanced approach helps mitigate feelings of helplessness and frustration that often accompany physical suffering. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the value of developing resilience through adversity. The body's betrayals provide opportunities for growth and self-improvement by challenging us to cultivate virtues such as patience, courage, and temperance. Enduring pain with dignity or managing chronic conditions without complaint are acts of courage that reinforce our commitment to living virtuously. These experiences teach us about the limits of our physical endurance while simultaneously strengthening our mental fortitude. The Stoics also recognize the interconnectedness of mind and body, understanding that maintaining a healthy mindset can positively influence one's physical well-being. Practices such as mindfulness meditation, gratitude journaling, or philosophical reflection help cultivate inner peace and reduce stress, which in turn can alleviate some symptoms associated with bodily ailments. By nurturing our mental health, we create a supportive environment for healing and resilience. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to find meaning and purpose even amidst physical suffering. Instead of viewing illness as solely a negative experience, we are invited to see it as an opportunity to reflect on what truly matters in life. This perspective shift helps us prioritize relationships, personal growth, and contributions to the greater good over material pursuits or superficial achievements. In dealing with bodily betrayals, Stoicism advises cultivating gratitude for health when it is present. By appreciating our physical well-being during times of health, we are better prepared to face its eventual decline with acceptance rather than fear. This practice fosters a deep sense of thankfulness that enriches our overall experience and encourages us to make the most of each day. Additionally, Stoicism promotes empathy and compassion in response to others' suffering. Recognizing our own vulnerabilities allows us to understand and support those experiencing similar challenges. By extending kindness and understanding towards others who face bodily betrayals, we not only alleviate their pain, but also reinforce our commitment to living a virtuous life, grounded in the principles of justice and benevolence. The concept of focusing on what is within our control extends to how we perceive and react to our body's limitations. Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always prevent or cure illness, we can choose how to respond to it. Embracing this mindset empowers us to take proactive steps in managing our health while accepting the reality of physical constraints with grace. Moreover, Stoic philosophy encourages us to view bodily betrayals as part of life's broader tapestry, woven with both joys and sorrows. By understanding that suffering is an inevitable aspect of human existence, we can approach it with equanimity rather than resentment or despair. This acceptance allows us to focus on living meaningfully despite physical challenges. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of self-care and nurturing our bodies as vehicles for achieving our life's purposes. While acknowledging the limitations inherent in our physical form, we are still responsible for taking care of ourselves, through proper nutrition, exercise, rest, and medical attention when necessary. By honoring our body's needs, we demonstrate respect for the natural order and cultivate a harmonious relationship with our physical selves. In summary, Stoicism offers valuable insights into navigating the challenges posed by the body's betrayals. It encourages us to accept these vulnerabilities as part of life while maintaining rationality and inner peace through adversity. By focusing on what is within our control, cultivating resilience, finding meaning in suffering, fostering gratitude for health, extending compassion towards others, embracing acceptance, and practicing self-care, we can live virtuously despite physical limitations. Ultimately, Stoic philosophy guides us toward a balanced approach to bodily betrayals, one that acknowledges the reality of pain and illness while empowering us to respond with wisdom, courage, and grace. By applying these principles in our lives, we not only enhance our ability to cope with physical suffering, but also deepen our understanding of what it means to live a truly meaningful existence. Number 4, poisons of comparison. The act of comparison is an intrinsic part of human nature, often serving as a tool for self-improvement and social bonding. However, when left unchecked, it can become a toxic influence that undermines our mental well-being and hinders personal growth. Stoicism offers profound insights into understanding and mitigating the detrimental effects of this poison by emphasizing inner virtue over external validation. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the distinction between what is within our control and what lies beyond it. Comparing ourselves to others typically involves focusing on external factors such as wealth, status, appearance, or accomplishments, elements largely outside our immediate influence. By recognizing this, we can redirect our attention towards cultivating qualities that are truly under our control: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues form the foundation of a life well lived according to Stoic philosophy and provide a stable ground for self-assessment. Epictetus famously advised that it is not things themselves but our judgments about them that disturb us. This insight applies directly to comparison. When we compare ourselves unfavorably to others, we are often reacting not to their achievements or attributes per se, but to our perceptions of those qualities and how they relate to our self-worth. By examining these judgments critically, we can begin to dismantle the negative impact of comparison on our mental state. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of living according to nature, which entails understanding our place in the world and embracing our unique path. Each individual has a distinct role and set of circumstances that contribute to their personal development. When we compare ourselves to others, we risk losing sight of this individual journey, becoming entangled in pursuits that are not aligned with our own values or strengths. By focusing on our unique contributions rather than striving for arbitrary benchmarks set by society or peers, we can lead more authentic and fulfilling lives. Moreover, Stoicism teaches the value of self-sufficiency and inner contentment. External comparisons often stem from a lack of confidence in our abilities and achievements. By cultivating self-reliance and finding satisfaction within ourselves, we reduce the need to seek validation through comparison. This shift encourages us to appreciate our progress and accomplishments without constantly measuring them against those of others. The Stoics also caution against the dangers of envy and resentment that can arise from unfavorable comparisons. These emotions not only detract from our own happiness, but can also strain relationships with those we compare ourselves to. Instead, Stoicism advocates for practicing gratitude for what we have and recognizing the efforts and challenges faced by others in their pursuits. This perspective fosters empathy and diminishes feelings of inadequacy or bitterness. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the futility of comparison. He reminded himself that each person is engaged in their own struggles and battles, many of which are invisible to the outside world. By acknowledging this, we can cultivate compassion for others, while also appreciating our own journey's complexities. This awareness helps us detach from the superficial aspects of comparison and focus on deeper connections based on mutual respect and understanding. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages the practice of self-reflection as a means to combat the negative effects of comparison. Regularly examining our thoughts and motivations allows us to identify when comparisons are undermining our well-being and to consciously redirect our attention towards personal growth. This introspection fosters greater self-awareness and empowers us to align our actions with our core values. In addition, Stoicism teaches that true success is measured by the extent to which we live virtuously, rather than by external markers of achievement. By prioritizing moral excellence over societal accolades, we free ourselves from the pressures of comparison and focus on cultivating inner qualities that lead to genuine fulfillment. This approach not only enhances our resilience in the face of adversity, but also aligns our efforts with a higher purpose. The Stoics also highlight the impermanence of external circumstances, reminding us that material success and social status are fleeting. By understanding this transience, we can detach from the pursuit of comparison-driven goals and invest our energy in developing lasting virtues that endure beyond the vicissitudes of life. This perspective shift encourages us to value character development over superficial achievements. Moreover, Stoicism advocates for embracing adversity as an opportunity for growth. When we find ourselves falling into patterns of negative comparison, it can serve as a catalyst for self-improvement. By reflecting on what triggers these feelings and addressing underlying insecurities or fears, we can transform the poison of comparison into a tool for personal development. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to focus on our own progress rather than fixating on others' achievements. By setting personal goals based on our values and aspirations, we create a framework for self-assessment that is independent of external comparisons. This approach not only fosters intrinsic motivation, but also allows us to celebrate our milestones without feeling overshadowed by the accomplishments of others. The Stoic practice of mindfulness further aids in mitigating the negative impact of comparison. By being present in the moment and fully engaging with our current experiences, we reduce the tendency to dwell on past regrets or future anxieties fueled by comparisons. Mindfulness helps us appreciate the richness of each moment and find contentment in the here and now. In summary, Stoicism provides a robust framework for understanding and addressing the poisons of comparison. By emphasizing inner virtue over external validation, distinguishing between what is within our control and what lies beyond it, living according to nature, cultivating self-sufficiency, practicing gratitude, engaging in self-reflection, measuring success by moral excellence, embracing impermanence, using adversity as a catalyst for growth, focusing on personal progress, and practicing mindfulness, we can overcome the detrimental effects of comparison. Ultimately, Stoic philosophy guides us toward a life marked by inner peace, resilience, and authenticity. By applying these principles, we not only free ourselves from the toxic influence of comparison, but also cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose that is grounded in our unique path and inherent worth. Number 5. Seeds of discord. The seeds of discord are often sown subtly, taking root in misunderstandings, unmet expectations, or unchecked emotions. These seeds can flourish into conflicts that disrupt personal relationships and communal harmony. Stoicism offers valuable insights into recognizing and addressing these divisive elements by emphasizing reason, self-control, and a focus on the common good. One of the fundamental principles of Stoicism is the importance of understanding what is within our control and what lies beyond it. In the context of discord, this means recognizing that while we cannot always change others' behavior or perspectives, we can manage our own responses and attitudes. By focusing on our reactions rather than attempting to control external circumstances, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and reduce the likelihood of escalating conflicts. Stoicism also teaches the value of emotional regulation as a means of preventing discord from taking root. Emotions such as anger, envy, or resentment can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive actions that exacerbate tensions. By practicing mindfulness and self-awareness, we can observe these emotions without being driven by them, allowing us to respond thoughtfully rather than reactively. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This insight is particularly relevant when addressing the seeds of discord. By maintaining a rational and composed demeanor in the face of provocation or disagreement, we set an example for others and create space for constructive dialogue rather than confrontation. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate virtues such as empathy and compassion, which are essential for resolving conflicts and fostering understanding. When we approach disagreements with a genuine desire to understand the other person's perspective, we open pathways to reconciliation and mutual respect. This empathetic stance helps to dissolve barriers created by prejudice or bias, allowing for more harmonious interactions. Another key aspect of Stoic philosophy is the emphasis on viewing oneself as part of a larger whole. Recognizing our interconnectedness with others encourages us to prioritize communal harmony over personal grievances. By considering the broader impact of our actions and words, we are more likely to act in ways that promote unity rather than division. Stoicism also teaches the importance of clear communication in preventing misunderstandings that can lead to discord. Miscommunication often arises from assumptions or misinterpretations, which can be mitigated by expressing thoughts and intentions clearly and openly. By fostering an environment where honest dialogue is valued, we reduce the potential for conflict born out of confusion or misinformation. Furthermore, Stoicism advocates for forgiveness as a means of overcoming resentment and bitterness that can perpetuate discord. Holding on to grudges not only harms our own well-being, but also impedes reconciliation with others. By choosing to forgive, we free ourselves from the burdens of past grievances and create opportunities for healing and growth in relationships. The practice of self-reflection is another Stoic tool for addressing the seeds of discord. Regularly examining our thoughts, motivations, and actions allows us to identify patterns that contribute to conflict and make conscious efforts to change them. This introspection fosters personal growth and helps us become more mindful of how we interact with others. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of focusing on what truly matters in life, virtue and wisdom, rather than getting caught up in trivial disputes or power struggles. By aligning our actions with these higher principles, we reduce the likelihood of engaging in conflicts driven by ego or material gain. This shift in focus helps to cultivate a sense of purpose that transcends petty disagreements. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to practice patience and tolerance in dealing with others' flaws and imperfections. Everyone has their own struggles and challenges, and recognizing this can foster empathy and understanding. By accepting human fallibility, we create an environment where people feel safe to express themselves without fear of judgment or reprisal. The Stoic concept of amor fati, love of fate, also plays a role in mitigating the seeds of discord. By embracing life's challenges and uncertainties with acceptance, we cultivate resilience and adaptability. This mindset helps us navigate conflicts more effectively, as we are less likely to be thrown off balance by unforeseen circumstances or differences. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, rather than being dependent on external validation or approval. By cultivating inner contentment, we reduce the need for constant comparison or competition with others, which often leads to discord. This self-sufficiency allows us to engage with others more authentically and harmoniously. Stoicism also highlights the importance of setting healthy boundaries as a means of preventing conflict. By clearly defining what is acceptable and what is not in our interactions, we reduce misunderstandings and create space for respectful relationships. Boundaries help maintain balance by ensuring that both parties feel heard and valued. Moreover, Stoicism advocates for approaching disagreements with an open mind and a willingness to learn from others. When we view conflicts as opportunities for growth rather than threats, we are more likely to engage in constructive dialogue and find mutually beneficial solutions. This mindset fosters collaboration and strengthens relationships. In summary, Stoicism provides a comprehensive framework for understanding and addressing the seeds of discord through principles, such as recognizing what is within our control, practicing emotional regulation, cultivating empathy and compassion, viewing ourselves as part of a larger whole, fostering clear communication, embracing forgiveness, engaging in self-reflection, focusing on virtue and wisdom, practicing patience and tolerance, accepting fate with amor fati, cultivating inner contentment, setting healthy boundaries, and approaching disagreements with an open mind. By applying these Stoic principles to our lives, we can effectively mitigate the divisive elements that sow discord and create a more harmonious existence. Ultimately, Stoicism guides us toward a path of personal growth, resilience, and meaningful connections with others, grounded in reason, virtue, and a deep understanding of our shared humanity. Number 6. Siren Song of Flattery. Flattery is a potent siren song that can seduce even the most discerning individuals, leading them astray from their true path and clouding their judgment. It often cloaks itself in the guise of praise or admiration, making it alluring yet potentially deceptive. Stoicism offers valuable insights into recognizing and resisting this beguiling force by emphasizing virtue, self-awareness, and rationality. One fundamental aspect of Stoicism is understanding what genuinely contributes to a good life: virtue, wisdom, justice, and courage. These qualities are inherently valuable and provide lasting fulfillment, unlike the transient pleasure derived from flattery. By focusing on cultivating these virtues within ourselves, we can resist being swayed by external validation that lacks substance. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." This guidance is particularly pertinent when dealing with flattery. Instead of seeking approval or admiration for our actions, Stoicism encourages us to align our behavior with our principles and values. By embodying virtue rather than chasing praise, we cultivate a sense of inner integrity that renders flattery less enticing. Flattery often appeals to our vanity and desire for recognition, exploiting these vulnerabilities to manipulate and control. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-awareness in identifying such weaknesses within ourselves. By regularly examining our motivations and desires, we can discern when flattery is influencing our decisions or behavior, allowing us to resist its allure with greater clarity. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the value of self-sufficiency, the ability to find contentment and fulfillment from within rather than relying on external sources for validation. When we cultivate this inner resilience, we become less susceptible to the siren song of flattery, as our sense of worth is not contingent upon others' opinions or praise. The Stoic practice of mindfulness also aids in recognizing and resisting flattery's deceptive nature. By staying present and attentive to our thoughts and emotions, we can observe how flattery affects us without being swept away by its charm. Mindfulness allows us to maintain a rational perspective, enabling us to see through insincere praise and respond appropriately. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to view ourselves objectively, recognizing both our strengths and weaknesses with honesty. This balanced self-assessment helps us discern genuine feedback from flattery. By understanding our true capabilities and limitations, we can appreciate sincere compliments without being blinded by exaggerated or false praise. The Stoics also teach that external circumstances, including the opinions of others, are beyond our control. While it is natural to desire positive recognition, Stoicism urges us to focus on what truly matters, our character and actions. By prioritizing virtue over acclaim, we free ourselves from the need for flattery and its potential pitfalls. Furthermore, Stoicism highlights the importance of wisdom in navigating social interactions. By cultivating a discerning mind, we can better evaluate the intentions behind others' words and actions. This critical thinking allows us to distinguish between genuine admiration and manipulative flattery, enabling us to respond with integrity rather than being swayed by superficial praise. The concept of amor fati, love of one's fate, is another Stoic principle that helps resist the allure of flattery. By accepting ourselves as we are, flaws and all, we reduce the need for external validation. Embracing our true selves fosters self-acceptance and diminishes the power that flattery holds over us. Moreover, Stoicism advocates for practicing humility, a recognition of our limitations and an acknowledgement that we do not possess all knowledge or virtue. Humility helps counteract the ego-driven desire for admiration and praise, allowing us to remain grounded in reality and focused on personal growth rather than external accolades. Stoics also emphasize the value of simplicity and moderation in life. By eschewing excess and embracing a straightforward existence, we reduce our susceptibility to the distractions and temptations of flattery. A simple life centered around meaningful pursuits provides genuine fulfillment that cannot be undermined by superficial praise. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control further aids in resisting flattery's seductive influence. By directing our energy towards self-improvement and virtuous living, we minimize the importance of others' opinions and diminish their power to sway us. This focus empowers us to pursue a life aligned with our values rather than being swayed by external validation. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to view praise and criticism as opportunities for growth rather than threats or rewards. By approaching feedback with an open mind and a willingness to learn, we can extract valuable insights while remaining unaffected by insincere flattery. This mindset fosters resilience and strengthens our character over time. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches that true friends are those who offer honest and constructive feedback, even when it is difficult to hear. By surrounding ourselves with such individuals, we create an environment where genuine relationships flourish, free from the distortions of flattery. Authentic connections based on mutual respect and understanding provide a solid foundation for personal growth. In summary, Stoicism offers profound guidance on recognizing and resisting the siren song of flattery through principles such as focusing on virtue, practicing self-awareness and mindfulness, cultivating inner contentment, embracing objective self-assessment, prioritizing wisdom, accepting one's fate with amor fati, practicing humility, living simply and moderately, concentrating on what is within our control, viewing feedback as opportunities for growth, and nurturing genuine relationships. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the temptations of flattery with grace and integrity, maintaining a steadfast commitment to personal growth and virtue. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to live authentically, free from the distractions and deceptions that flattery presents, guiding us toward a life of meaning and fulfillment grounded in reason, wisdom, and self-awareness. Number 7. Diminishing your light. In our journey through life, there are moments when we might find ourselves diminishing our own light, suppressing our talents, values, and aspirations for various reasons such as fear of judgment, desire for conformity, or perceived lack of worthiness. Stoicism offers profound insights into how we can reclaim and radiate our true selves by emphasizing principles like virtue, self-awareness, courage, and acceptance. One fundamental aspect of Stoicism is the pursuit of virtue, living a life aligned with moral excellence and wisdom. When we diminish our light, we stray from this path, suppressing qualities that are inherently valuable to both ourselves and society. By recognizing the inherent worth in living virtuously, we can begin to shed the layers that obscure our true selves. The Stoic practice encourages us to identify what is genuinely meaningful and beneficial, guiding us back towards a life of authenticity. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius remind us to be like the promontory against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. This metaphor illustrates the importance of standing steadfast in our beliefs and values despite external pressures. By cultivating an inner fortitude, we can resist societal norms that encourage conformity at the expense of individuality. Stoicism teaches us to remain rooted in our core principles, allowing them to shine through even when faced with adversity. Another significant element of Stoicism is self-awareness, understanding ourselves deeply and honestly. Often we diminish our light out of fear or insecurity, lacking a clear understanding of our true potential and value. Through regular introspection and honest self-assessment, Stoicism encourages us to peel back the layers of doubt and self-criticism that cloud our perception. By gaining clarity about who we are and what we stand for, we can begin to embrace and express our authentic selves with confidence. Closely linked to self-awareness is the concept of amor fati, love of one's fate. This Stoic principle encourages us to accept ourselves and our circumstances as they are, embracing both strengths and weaknesses without judgment or regret. By adopting this mindset, we reduce the internal conflict that arises from denying aspects of ourselves. Acceptance fosters self-compassion and empowers us to shine brightly, free from the burdens of self-rejection. The Stoic practice of mindfulness is another valuable tool for diminishing our light. By staying present and fully engaged in each moment, we become more attuned to our thoughts and emotions, recognizing patterns that lead to self-sabotage or suppression. Mindfulness allows us to respond to these patterns with intention rather than being driven by habit, enabling us to make conscious choices that align with our true selves. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of courage, having the bravery to stand up for who we are and what we believe in. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. When we diminish our light, fear often plays a central role, whether it's fear of failure, rejection, or judgment. By cultivating Stoic courage, we empower ourselves to overcome these fears, allowing our authentic selves to emerge and thrive. The concept of focusing on what is within our control is another cornerstone of Stoicism that aids in diminishing our light. Often we suppress parts of ourselves out of a misguided belief that external factors, such as other people's opinions or societal expectations, are beyond our influence. Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control the actions and perceptions of others, we can choose how we respond to them. By directing our energy towards aspects within our control, such as our thoughts, actions, and values, we reclaim power over our lives and allow our true light to shine. Additionally, Stoicism encourages us to practice humility, not in the sense of self-deprecation, but as a recognition of our shared humanity and limitations. Humility allows us to appreciate our unique gifts without becoming arrogant or dismissive of others. By maintaining this balance, we create an environment where our light can illuminate not only ourselves, but also those around us. The Stoic principle of simplicity, valuing straightforwardness and authenticity over complexity and pretense, is another guide in diminishing our light. When we simplify our lives, focusing on what truly matters rather than getting caught up in superficial pursuits or appearances, we clear the path for genuine self-expression. Simplicity fosters clarity and purpose, enabling us to live more authentically and shine with integrity. Moreover, Stoicism highlights the importance of community, recognizing that while individual excellence is crucial, our lives are deeply interconnected with others. By engaging with a supportive community that encourages authenticity and mutual growth, we create an environment where each person's light can be fully expressed. This sense of belonging nurtures self-acceptance and empowers us to shine brightly without fear of judgment or isolation. The Stoic practice of reflection, regularly reviewing our actions, thoughts, and emotions, is also instrumental in diminishing our light. By taking time to reflect on our experiences, we gain insights into the patterns that lead to self-suppression and identify areas for growth. Reflection helps us understand the root causes of our fears and insecurities, enabling us to address them constructively and align more closely with our true selves. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches us to view challenges as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be avoided. By embracing difficulties with resilience and a positive mindset, we learn valuable lessons that strengthen our character and illuminate our path forward. This perspective encourages us to face fears head-on, allowing our light to shine brighter in the process. The principle of focusing on what is essential, prioritizing virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation over transient desires or external validation is another Stoic guide for diminishing our light. By aligning ourselves with these core values, we cultivate a sense of purpose that transcends fleeting trends or societal pressures. This focus empowers us to live authentically and express our true selves with confidence. In summary, Stoicism offers profound guidance on diminishing our light through principles such as pursuing virtue, cultivating self-awareness, embracing amor fati, practicing mindfulness, embodying courage, focusing on what is within our control, exercising humility, valuing simplicity, engaging in community, reflecting regularly, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, and prioritizing essential values. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of self-suppression with grace and determination, reclaiming our true selves and radiating our authentic light. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to live fully and authentically, guided by reason, wisdom, and a deep understanding of our shared humanity. By embracing these principles, we illuminate not only our own lives, but also those around us, creating a ripple effect of positivity and growth in the world. Number 8. Broken promises. Broken promises can be deeply painful, shaking our trust in others and leaving us with a sense of betrayal or disappointment. Whether it's a promise made between friends, family members, or even within ourselves, when these commitments are not fulfilled, they often lead to feelings of hurt and disillusionment. Stoicism offers valuable insights on how to navigate the emotional turmoil caused by broken promises, emphasizing resilience, understanding, and acceptance. One fundamental aspect of Stoic philosophy is the concept of focusing on what we can control and accepting what we cannot. Broken promises are inherently outside our direct control. They involve the actions or decisions of another person. By recognizing this distinction, Stoicism encourages us to shift our energy from frustration over uncontrollable events to constructive responses within our own sphere of influence. This shift helps mitigate feelings of helplessness and redirects our focus towards personal growth. Epictetus, a renowned Stoic philosopher, taught that men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. Applying this wisdom to broken promises, we can understand that it's often our interpretation of these events, rather than the events themselves, that causes emotional distress. By reevaluating and adjusting our perspective on a situation, we empower ourselves to respond with greater equanimity and understanding. Another Stoic principle relevant to dealing with broken promises is practicing forgiveness. Holding on to resentment or anger towards someone who has let us down only serves to prolong our own suffering. While forgiveness does not mean condoning the behavior or excusing it, it allows us to release the emotional burden of bitterness and move forward with a sense of peace. By letting go of grudges, Stoicism teaches us to free ourselves from the chains of past grievances. Moreover, the practice of empathy is integral to Stoicism's approach to broken promises. Understanding that everyone has flaws and makes mistakes encourages compassion rather than judgment. Recognizing our shared human condition helps foster patience and kindness towards those who have fallen short of their commitments. This empathetic stance not only benefits our relationships, but also strengthens our own emotional resilience. The Stoic practice of reflection is another powerful tool for managing the impact of broken promises. By taking time to reflect on these experiences, we gain insights into patterns in our relationships, or our expectations that may need adjustment. Reflection allows us to learn from each situation, enhancing our ability to set healthy boundaries and make wiser choices in future commitments. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on one's own virtues rather than external circumstances. By concentrating on personal integrity and acting consistently with our values, we maintain a sense of inner strength, regardless of others' actions. This focus empowers us to uphold our promises, both those made to ourselves and others, thereby reinforcing trustworthiness in our relationships. Stoicism also teaches the value of resilience, the capacity to recover from setbacks and challenges with grace and determination. Broken promises can test this resilience, but by viewing these experiences as opportunities for growth, we build inner strength and adaptability. Embracing resilience helps us navigate disappointments without losing sight of our goals or values. Furthermore, embracing Stoic wisdom means accepting the impermanence and unpredictability of life. By acknowledging that not all outcomes are within our control, we cultivate a mindset of acceptance. This perspective reduces anxiety over unmet expectations and allows us to adapt more fluidly to changing circumstances. The principle of focusing on what is essential, prioritizing virtues such as wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, is another Stoic guide for dealing with broken promises. By aligning our actions with these core values, we create a foundation of integrity that withstands the challenges posed by unfulfilled commitments. This focus helps us maintain clarity and purpose amidst life's uncertainties. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to practice self-compassion when dealing with the aftermath of broken promises. Just as we extend understanding towards others who falter, it is important to treat ourselves with kindness when circumstances fall short of our expectations. Recognizing that disappointment is a natural part of human experience fosters emotional resilience and nurtures personal growth. In summary, Stoicism offers profound guidance on handling the pain of broken promises through principles such as focusing on what we can control, reevaluating perspectives, practicing forgiveness and empathy, engaging in reflection, upholding virtues, embracing resilience, accepting life's unpredictability, prioritizing essential values, and cultivating self-compassion. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of broken promises with greater understanding, grace, and emotional strength. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to transcend the limitations imposed by others' actions, allowing us to live authentically and resiliently in a world that is often unpredictable. Through this approach, we not only heal from past disappointments, but also cultivate deeper trust, compassion, and wisdom within ourselves and our relationships. Number 10. Whispers of intuition. In navigating life's complexities, intuition often serves as a subtle yet powerful guide, whispering insights and warnings that resonate deep within our hearts. These heart whispers can illuminate paths, warn us of potential pitfalls, or encourage us to trust in our inner wisdom. Stoicism offers valuable perspectives on harnessing this intuitive power by emphasizing rationality, self-awareness, and alignment with one's core values. A foundational aspect of Stoic philosophy is the cultivation of reason as a guiding principle. While intuition may seem instinctual or emotional, Stoicism encourages us to apply rational thought to our intuitive insights, ensuring they align with reason and virtue. By marrying intuition with critical thinking, we can make decisions that are not only informed by our inner voice but also grounded in wisdom and ethical considerations. The Stoic practice of self-awareness plays a crucial role in tuning into the heart whispers of intuition. Through introspection, individuals become more attuned to their internal landscape, recognizing patterns and signals that may otherwise go unnoticed. This heightened awareness allows us to discern which intuitive insights are genuinely aligned with our values and which might be influenced by fleeting emotions or external pressures. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the importance of living in accordance with one's virtues, such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. When intuition whispers a course of action that resonates with these core principles, it is more likely to lead to ethical and fulfilling outcomes. By ensuring our intuitive decisions are aligned with virtue, we maintain integrity and authenticity in our lives. The Stoic concept of prohairesis, or moral character, underscores the significance of intention and choice in shaping our actions. When intuition presents itself as a whisper from the heart, It often reflects a deeper understanding of what is truly important to us. By listening to these whispers with discernment, we exercise prohairesis, making choices that reflect our authentic selves and contribute positively to our well-being. Moreover, Stoicism encourages embracing uncertainty and accepting what lies beyond our control. Intuition can guide us through uncertain terrain by providing subtle insights when logic alone may fall short. By trusting in the heart's whispers amidst ambiguity, we cultivate resilience and adaptability, learning to navigate life's unpredictabilities with greater ease and confidence. The practice of mindfulness is another Stoic tool for honing intuition. By remaining present and attentive to our inner experiences, we can better perceive the subtle cues that intuition offers. Mindfulness allows us to observe these whispers without immediate judgment or reaction, providing space for thoughtful consideration and alignment with rational thought. Additionally, Stoicism emphasizes the value of reflection in understanding and validating intuitive insights. Regular self-examination helps individuals discern which heart whispers are consistent with their long-term goals and values. Through reflection, we can assess past decisions influenced by intuition, learning from both successes and missteps to refine our ability to trust this inner guidance. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining equanimity in the face of life's challenges. When intuition warns us of potential difficulties or encourages bold action, staying centered and composed allows us to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. This balanced approach ensures that our intuitive insights are integrated into a broader context of rational decision-making. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control also informs how we engage with intuition. While we cannot dictate external circumstances, we can choose how to interpret and act upon the heart whispers we receive. By concentrating on our internal responses and decisions, we empower ourselves to navigate life's complexities with greater agency and purpose. Moreover, Stoicism encourages cultivating a sense of gratitude for the wisdom that intuition provides. Recognizing and appreciating these subtle insights fosters an attitude of openness and receptivity, allowing us to remain attuned to the heart's whispers even in times of doubt or confusion. Gratitude enhances our ability to trust this inner guidance as a valuable resource. In summary, Stoicism offers profound insights into understanding and harnessing the heart whispers of intuition through principles such as balancing reason with intuitive insight, cultivating self-awareness, aligning decisions with virtues, exercising prohairesis, embracing uncertainty, practicing mindfulness, engaging in reflection, maintaining equanimity, focusing on what is within our control, and fostering gratitude for intuitive wisdom. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of intuition with greater discernment, authenticity, and resilience. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to trust the heart's whispers as a guiding force that complements reason and virtue, enriching our decision-making processes and contributing to a life lived in alignment with our deepest values. Through this approach, we not only enhance personal fulfillment, but also cultivate meaningful connections with others, fostering environments where intuition is honored and respected as a vital aspect of the human experience. Number 9. The needy heart. The concept of a needy heart speaks to an emotional state where one's sense of fulfillment and happiness becomes dependent on external validation, relationships, or material possessions. This dependency often leaves individuals vulnerable to disappointment and unhappiness when these sources fail to meet their expectations. Stoicism provides profound insights into understanding and transcending this neediness by emphasizing self-sufficiency, inner contentment, and the cultivation of virtue. One of the central tenets of Stoicism is the idea that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, rather than being reliant on external circumstances or others' actions. The Stoic philosophy asserts that our well-being should not be contingent upon factors beyond our control. By focusing inward and nurturing an inner state of tranquility and resilience, we can achieve a sense of peace and contentment independent of external validation. Epictetus famously stated, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle highlights the importance of internal perspective over external events in shaping our emotional experiences. For those with a needy heart, this means recognizing that their happiness should not be determined by others' actions or approval. By shifting focus from seeking validation to cultivating inner strength and self-awareness, individuals can develop a more stable foundation for contentment. Another key Stoic practice is the cultivation of gratitude, which helps counteract feelings of neediness. By regularly reflecting on what we already possess, such as our health, relationships, talents, and opportunities. We foster an appreciation for life's inherent gifts. This shift in perspective reduces dependence on external sources for happiness and encourages a more abundant mindset. Moreover, Stoicism teaches the value of self-discipline and moderation. Individuals with a needy heart often seek fulfillment through excessive attachment to desires or possessions, leading to disappointment when these do not provide lasting satisfaction. By practicing self-restraint and focusing on what is truly necessary for well-being, we can cultivate a more balanced approach to life that prioritizes long-term contentment over short-lived gratification. The Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of one's fate, also offers guidance in overcoming the neediness of the heart. By embracing all aspects of life, including challenges and setbacks, with acceptance and gratitude, we reduce our reliance on external circumstances for happiness. This mindset encourages resilience and a deeper sense of peace, as individuals learn to find meaning and fulfillment regardless of external conditions. Furthermore, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By focusing on these core values, individuals can align their actions with what is truly good and meaningful, rather than seeking validation from others or material possessions. This pursuit of virtue fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends external dependencies. In addition, the Stoic practice of mindfulness helps those with a needy heart become more aware of their thoughts and emotions. By observing our inner landscape without judgment, we gain insights into patterns of neediness and dependency. Mindfulness allows us to respond to these tendencies with intention and self-compassion, fostering greater emotional resilience and independence. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control also plays a crucial role in addressing the needy heart. By recognizing that we cannot change others' actions or external circumstances, we can direct our energy towards cultivating inner qualities such as patience, understanding, and gratitude. This focus empowers us to take responsibility for our own emotional well-being, reducing reliance on external sources for happiness. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to view challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than obstacles to be feared or avoided. By embracing difficulties with resilience and a positive mindset, we build inner strength and adaptability. This perspective helps individuals with a needy heart develop greater self-reliance and confidence in their ability to navigate life's uncertainties. The Stoic concept of apatheia, a state of being free from destructive passions, offers further guidance for those seeking to overcome the neediness of the heart. By cultivating emotional equilibrium and reducing attachment to transient desires, we achieve a sense of inner peace that is not easily disturbed by external circumstances. This tranquility fosters greater self-sufficiency and contentment. Furthermore, Stoicism teaches the value of community and interconnectedness. While individuals with a needy heart may seek validation from others, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of genuine relationships, built on mutual respect and shared values. By fostering connections that support personal growth and virtue, we create an environment where external validation becomes less necessary for our sense of fulfillment. Additionally, the Stoic practice of reflection encourages regular self-examination to gain insights into our needs, desires, and patterns of dependency. Through introspection, individuals can identify areas where they may be overly reliant on external sources for happiness and make conscious efforts to cultivate inner strength and contentment. Reflection helps us align our actions with our true values, fostering a more authentic sense of self. In summary, Stoicism offers profound insights into understanding and transcending the needy heart through principles such as focusing on internal fulfillment, cultivating gratitude, practicing self-discipline and moderation, embracing amor fati, prioritizing virtues, developing mindfulness, concentrating on what is within our control, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth, achieving apatheia, fostering genuine community connections, and engaging in regular reflection. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of neediness with greater understanding, resilience, and self-sufficiency. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to live authentically and contentedly, guided by reason, virtue, and a deep sense of inner peace that transcends external dependencies. Through this approach, we not only cultivate personal fulfillment, but also contribute positively to the world around us, fostering deeper connections based on mutual respect and shared values. Number 11. Sharing wisdom. Wisely, Sharing wisdom in a manner that is both impactful and considerate is an art that can significantly enhance our relationships and contribute to the growth of others. Stoicism, with its emphasis on virtue, reason, and empathy, provides valuable guidance on how to share wisdom wisely, ensuring it benefits both the giver and the receiver. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the commitment to living a virtuous life. When sharing wisdom, this means doing so from a place of genuine concern for the well-being of others, rather than seeking personal gain or validation. By focusing on virtue, we ensure that our guidance aligns with ethical principles and serves the greater good, fostering trust and respect in those we aim to help. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of reason in all aspects of life, including communication. When imparting wisdom, it is crucial to present information clearly and logically, avoiding emotional bias or persuasion tactics that may cloud judgment. By grounding our advice in rational thought, we empower others to make informed decisions based on sound reasoning rather than impulsive reactions. Empathy plays a vital role in sharing wisdom wisely. Stoicism teaches us to understand the perspectives and experiences of others, allowing us to tailor our guidance to their unique needs and circumstances. By approaching conversations with compassion and an open mind, we create a safe space where individuals feel heard and respected, increasing the likelihood that they will be receptive to our insights. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages humility in the sharing of wisdom. Recognizing that no one has all the answers, it is important to approach interactions with an openness to learning from others as well. By acknowledging our own limitations and remaining open to different viewpoints, we model a mindset of continuous growth and curiosity, inspiring those around us to do the same. The Stoic practice of self-reflection can also enhance our ability to share wisdom effectively. Regular introspection allows us to examine our motives and biases, ensuring that our guidance is truly in service of others' best interests. By reflecting on past interactions, we gain insights into what approaches have been most effective and where improvements can be made. Stoicism teaches the value of timing and discernment when sharing wisdom. It is essential to consider whether the individual is ready or open to receiving advice at that moment. Offering guidance prematurely or insensitively may lead to resistance or defensiveness. By being attuned to others' readiness, we increase the likelihood that our wisdom will be welcomed and internalized. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control. When sharing wisdom, it is crucial to remember that we cannot dictate how others will respond or whether they will act upon our advice. By accepting this limitation, we can share our insights with a sense of freedom and without attachment to specific outcomes, fostering genuine connections rather than attempting to manipulate results. The Stoic principle of practicing moderation extends to the sharing of wisdom as well. While it may be tempting to offer extensive guidance or corrections, restraint is often more effective in encouraging independent thought and personal growth. By offering measured advice that respects others' autonomy, we empower individuals to make their own decisions and learn from their experiences. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to focus on cultivating inner virtues rather than imposing external expectations. When sharing wisdom, it is important to guide others toward developing qualities such as resilience, self-discipline, and compassion within themselves, rather than dictating specific actions or behaviors. This approach fosters a deeper sense of personal responsibility and empowerment. In addition, the Stoic practice of maintaining equanimity in interactions helps ensure that wisdom is shared with calmness and clarity. By remaining composed even when faced with resistance or disagreement, we demonstrate emotional resilience and set an example for others to follow. Equanimity allows us to engage in meaningful dialogue without becoming defensive or reactive. The concept of oikeiosis, or the Stoic understanding of social interconnectedness, underscores the importance of sharing wisdom in a manner that respects and honors our relationships with others. Recognizing our shared humanity encourages us to approach conversations with kindness, patience, and an appreciation for diverse perspectives, strengthening bonds and fostering mutual growth. Stoicism also teaches the value of practicing gratitude when sharing wisdom. By appreciating opportunities to learn from others and contribute positively to their lives, we cultivate a mindset of reciprocity and interconnectedness. Gratitude enhances our interactions by reminding us that wisdom is not a one-way street, but rather a shared journey of discovery and growth. Finally, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of aligning our actions with our words when sharing wisdom. Demonstrating through our own behavior the principles we advocate for lends credibility to our guidance and inspires trust in those we aim to help. By living in accordance with the virtues we espouse, we become authentic role models who embody the wisdom we seek to impart. In summary, Stoicism offers profound insights into sharing wisdom wisely through principles such as focusing on virtue, grounding advice in reason, practicing empathy, approaching interactions with humility and self-reflection, considering timing and discernment, accepting what is within our control, exercising moderation, cultivating inner virtues, maintaining equanimity, honoring social interconnectedness, practicing gratitude, and aligning actions with words. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of sharing wisdom with greater thoughtfulness, authenticity, and impact. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to offer guidance that not only benefits others, but also enriches our own lives by fostering deeper connections, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to personal growth. Through this approach, we contribute positively to the world around us, creating environments where wisdom is cherished as a valuable resource for navigating life's challenges with grace and resilience. Number 12. Boundaries. In today's interconnected world, establishing clear boundaries is essential for maintaining personal well-being and fostering healthy relationships. Stoicism offers profound insights into the art of setting boundaries by emphasizing self-awareness, rationality, and a focus on what truly matters in life. At its core, Stoic philosophy encourages individuals to live according to their values and principles, which naturally leads to the establishment of boundaries that protect these ideals. By understanding what is essential for living a virtuous life, we can create limits that safeguard our time, energy, and emotional well-being. This clarity allows us to engage with others in ways that are consistent with our true selves, fostering authenticity in all interactions. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-awareness as a foundation for setting effective boundaries. By regularly engaging in introspection, we gain insight into our needs, desires, and triggers. This understanding enables us to recognize when external demands or pressures conflict with our inner values, allowing us to assert our limits before feeling overwhelmed or compromised. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within our control is pivotal when establishing boundaries. Recognizing that we cannot control others' actions or opinions helps us concentrate on managing our responses and setting healthy limits. By accepting this reality, we reduce unnecessary stress and focus our efforts on areas where we can genuinely make a difference, namely, our own behavior and choices. Stoicism also emphasizes rationality and boundary setting. This means approaching the process with clear thinking rather than emotional reactivity. By considering the potential consequences of setting or not setting certain boundaries, we can make decisions that are logical and beneficial to our long-term well-being. Rational assessment helps us identify which demands are reasonable and which should be limited to preserve our peace of mind. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages individuals to practice self-discipline when establishing boundaries. This involves the strength to say no to requests or situations that do not align with our values, even if doing so may lead to discomfort or conflict. By exercising this discipline, we protect our integrity and ensure that our actions are in harmony with our principles. The Stoic idea of preferred indifference offers another perspective on boundaries by distinguishing between what is truly important and what is merely desirable. While material possessions, social status, or even certain relationships may be nice to have, they should not dictate the boundaries we set if they compromise our core values. By focusing on preferred indifference, we can prioritize our time and energy in ways that are consistent with living a virtuous life. In addition to personal boundaries, Stoicism also guides us in setting interpersonal boundaries that respect both ourselves and others. This involves clear communication about our needs and expectations, ensuring that relationships remain balanced and mutually respectful. By expressing our limits openly and respectfully, we create space for honest dialogue and understanding, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings or resentment. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining equanimity when faced with challenges to our boundaries. When others test our limits, it is essential to respond calmly and assertively, rather than react defensively. This composure demonstrates strength and clarity, reinforcing our commitment to the boundaries we have set while minimizing conflict. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to view boundary setting as an ongoing practice rather than a one-time event. Life circumstances change, and so do our needs and values. Therefore, it is crucial to regularly reassess and adjust our boundaries accordingly. This dynamic approach ensures that our limits continue to serve our well-being and align with our evolving sense of self. The Stoic principle of focusing on the present moment also plays a role in boundary setting. By staying grounded in the here and now, We can respond thoughtfully to immediate demands rather than being swayed by past grievances or future anxieties. This mindfulness allows us to set boundaries that are relevant and effective in our current context. Additionally, Stoicism teaches the value of empathy in establishing healthy boundaries. Understanding others' perspectives can help us communicate our limits more effectively and foster a sense of mutual respect. By considering how our boundaries might impact those around us, we can navigate potential conflicts with compassion and understanding, strengthening relationships rather than straining them. Stoicism also highlights the importance of aligning actions with words when setting boundaries. Consistency between what we say and do reinforces the legitimacy of our limits and builds trust in our interactions. By living in accordance with the boundaries we establish, we demonstrate commitment to our values and inspire others to respect them as well. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to practice gratitude for the ability to set boundaries that protect our well-being. Appreciating this capacity reminds us of its value and motivates us to maintain it actively. Gratitude also fosters a positive mindset, helping us approach boundary setting with optimism rather than resistance or guilt. Finally, Stoic philosophy teaches resilience in the face of challenges to our boundaries. Life will inevitably present situations where our limits are tested or violated. However, by cultivating inner strength and perseverance, we can uphold our boundaries even under pressure. This resilience empowers us to remain steadfast in our commitment to living a virtuous life. In summary, Stoicism offers valuable insights into the art of setting boundaries through principles such as self-awareness, focusing on what is within our control, rationality, self-discipline, understanding preferred indifference, clear communication, maintaining equanimity, viewing boundary setting as an ongoing practice, staying present-focused, practicing empathy, aligning actions with words, expressing gratitude, and cultivating resilience. By applying these Stoic teachings to our lives, we can navigate the complexities of boundary setting with greater clarity, confidence, and effectiveness. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to create boundaries that protect our well-being, honor our values, and foster healthy relationships, enabling us to lead a life of purpose and integrity in an ever-changing world. Through this approach, we not only enhance our own lives but also contribute positively to the communities we are part of, creating environments where respect for individual limits is cherished as a foundation for mutual growth and understanding. Number 13. Cultivating the garden. In Stoic philosophy, the metaphor of cultivating a garden serves as a powerful illustration of personal development and self-care. Just as a gardener tends to their plants with patience, diligence, and foresight, individuals can nurture their inner selves by applying similar principles to cultivate virtues and foster resilience. The process begins with understanding that, like a garden, our minds and characters require consistent attention and care. Stoicism teaches us that personal growth is not an overnight achievement, but a lifelong journey marked by continuous effort and commitment. By acknowledging this truth, we set realistic expectations for ourselves and embrace the gradual nature of self-improvement. A key aspect of cultivating the garden within us is recognizing what truly matters in life. Stoics emphasize focusing on virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, which serve as the foundational elements of a flourishing inner landscape. By prioritizing these values over external possessions or fleeting pleasures, we ensure that our efforts are directed toward what will lead to lasting fulfillment and contentment. Self-awareness is another essential tool in tending to our inner garden. Stoicism encourages regular introspection to gain insight into our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This practice helps us identify areas where growth is needed and recognize patterns or habits that may hinder our progress. By cultivating self-awareness, we become better equipped to nurture positive qualities and address negative tendencies. Patience plays a crucial role in this metaphorical gardening process. Just as plants do not grow overnight, personal virtues take time to develop and strengthen. Stoicism teaches us the value of patience, reminding us that meaningful change often occurs gradually and requires perseverance. By embracing this mindset, we avoid becoming discouraged by setbacks or slow progress and remain committed to our growth journey. Furthermore, Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of focusing on what is within our control. In cultivating our inner garden, we must acknowledge that some external circumstances are beyond our influence. Instead of expending energy worrying about these factors, we direct our efforts toward aspects of our lives where we can make a difference, namely, our thoughts, actions, and reactions. This focus empowers us to take proactive steps in shaping our character and responding to challenges with resilience. Resilience is another key virtue cultivated through Stoic gardening. Life inevitably presents difficulties and adversities that test our strength and resolve. Stoicism teaches us to view these experiences as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. By developing a resilient mindset, we learn to adapt to change, recover from setbacks, and emerge stronger from life's challenges. The concept of preferred indifference in Stoicism also plays a role in tending to our inner garden. While certain external factors may be desirable but not essential, such as wealth, status, or even health, we should focus on cultivating virtues that are truly within our control and contribute to our well-being. By prioritizing preferred indifference appropriately, we ensure that our efforts are aligned with what will lead to genuine happiness. In addition to personal growth, the metaphor of cultivating a garden extends to nurturing relationships and communities. Stoicism teaches us that our inner development is interconnected with the world around us. By fostering virtues within ourselves, we become better equipped to contribute positively to those we care about, creating environments where mutual respect, kindness, and understanding can thrive. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature, which includes recognizing our place within a larger ecosystem of relationships and responsibilities. Just as a gardener must consider the needs of their plants and the environment, individuals must be mindful of how their actions impact others and the world at large. By cultivating virtues that align with this broader perspective, we contribute to the well-being of both ourselves and those around us. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to practice mindfulness in our daily lives, staying present-focused as we tend to our inner gardens. This attentiveness allows us to fully engage with each moment, making conscious choices that reflect our values and principles. Mindfulness also helps us appreciate the beauty and growth occurring within ourselves and those around us, fostering a sense of gratitude and contentment. The Stoic practice of journaling can be seen as another form of gardening, providing a space for reflection and self-examination. By regularly writing down thoughts, emotions, and experiences, we gain clarity on our progress and identify areas where further cultivation is needed. This introspective exercise supports the ongoing process of nurturing our inner selves. In cultivating the garden within us, Stoicism also teaches the value of seeking wisdom from others who have walked similar paths. Just as experienced gardeners share their knowledge and techniques, individuals can benefit from learning from mentors, teachers, or philosophical texts that offer guidance and insight into personal growth. By remaining open to new perspectives and ideas, we enrich our own understanding and continue to evolve. Finally, Stoicism reminds us of the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. Life's challenges are inevitable, but by viewing them as opportunities for growth, we can cultivate strength and fortitude within ourselves. This resilience allows us to weather storms, adapt to change, and emerge from difficulties with greater wisdom and compassion. In summary, cultivating the garden within us is a central theme in Stoic philosophy that emphasizes personal development through virtues such as self-awareness, patience, resilience, and living in accordance with nature. By focusing on what truly matters, practicing introspection, nurturing relationships, and staying present-focused, we can tend to our inner selves with diligence and care. Through this ongoing process of cultivation, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also contribute positively to the world around us, creating environments where mutual respect, kindness, and understanding thrive. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to lead lives of purpose and integrity, guided by a deep commitment to personal growth and the pursuit of wisdom. By tending to our inner gardens, we cultivate resilience, contentment, and fulfillment in an ever-changing world, leaving a lasting legacy for ourselves and those we touch along the way. Conclusion. As we continue to nurture our metaphorical garden, it's important to recognize that this process is not just about self-improvement, but also about creating harmony within ourselves and with the world around us. By cultivating virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we align our actions with a higher purpose, contributing to both personal fulfillment and societal well-being. The Stoic approach to personal development encourages us to view life as an interconnected web of relationships and responsibilities. Just as a garden thrives when its various elements work in harmony, plants supporting one another, soil providing nourishment, and sunlight fostering growth, we too can flourish by cultivating positive interactions with others and our environment. This holistic perspective ensures that our inner cultivation extends beyond the self, impacting those around us in meaningful ways. Moreover, Stoicism teaches us to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, reinforcing the idea that adversity is an integral part of life's journey. By developing resilience and adaptability, we learn to navigate difficulties with grace and strength, transforming obstacles into stepping stones toward greater wisdom and understanding. This perspective not only enhances our ability to cope with change, but also inspires others who witness our perseverance. In cultivating our inner gardens, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of living in accordance with nature. This means recognizing our place within a larger ecosystem and acting in ways that support its balance and sustainability. By aligning our actions with natural principles, we contribute to the well-being of both ourselves and the world around us, fostering environments where life can thrive. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages us to practice gratitude as an integral part of this cultivation process. By appreciating what we have and recognizing the beauty in each moment, we cultivate a sense of contentment that transcends external circumstances. This mindset allows us to focus on what truly matters, finding joy and fulfillment even amidst life's uncertainties. As we tend to our inner gardens, it is essential to remain open to learning and growth. Just as experienced gardeners continually seek new knowledge and techniques to enhance their craft, individuals can benefit from engaging with mentors, teachers, or philosophical texts that offer guidance and insight into personal development. By remaining curious and receptive to new ideas, we enrich our understanding of ourselves and the world, fostering ongoing evolution. In addition, Stoicism teaches us the value of consistency in our actions and principles. Just as a garden requires regular attention and care to flourish, so too does our inner self require consistent effort and commitment to growth. By staying true to our values and maintaining alignment between our thoughts, words, and deeds, we build integrity and authenticity into the fabric of our lives. Finally, Stoicism reminds us that cultivating our inner gardens is not just about achieving personal success or happiness. It is also about contributing positively to those around us. By embodying virtues like kindness, empathy, and understanding, we create ripples of positive influence in our communities, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of self-improvement. Through this interconnectedness, we foster a culture of mutual support and growth that benefits all. In conclusion, cultivating the garden within ourselves is a central theme in Stoic philosophy that emphasizes personal development through virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. By focusing on what truly matters, practicing introspection, nurturing relationships, staying present-focused, embracing challenges, living in accordance with nature, expressing gratitude, remaining open to learning, maintaining consistency, and contributing positively to others, we tend to our inner selves with diligence and care. Through this ongoing process of cultivation, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also contribute meaningfully to the world around us, creating environments where mutual respect, kindness, and understanding thrive. Ultimately, Stoicism empowers us to lead lives of purpose and integrity, guided by a deep commitment to personal growth and the pursuit of wisdom. By tending to our inner gardens, we cultivate resilience, contentment, and fulfillment in an ever-changing world, leaving a lasting legacy for ourselves and those we touch along the way.